Our next presenter is Heaton, and this is what he wrote about himself. Loves to be outside! Exclamation mark. His biggest passion is paddling, in addition to hiking and biking. He spent 3 years in the Army after graduating high school, then he attended college and received his associate's degree in drafting technology. He retired 5 years ago from Johnson Controls. Welcome.
Okay, if we're ready. So here I am. I want to talk about my lifelong passion of paddling my whole life. I'm like everybody else. I've paddled on all those great rivers in Missouri, the Current River and the Merrimack and everything. And here I am with my new wife on the river. But you know, after enjoying that so much, I thought, gosh, I want to do more with paddling. What is out there that I can do that? Whitewater, that's it. Whitewater kayaking. So I teamed up with the Missouri Whitewater Association and took a class at Forest Park Community College, and then took their clinic on the St. Francis River, and they taught me all the paddling strokes and all the gear that you need to buy, and actually take you down on the river, take you through all the rapids. And then I found out, wow, I can do this all over the country. There's all kinds of whitewater rivers all over the country. So here I am in North Carolina on the Nantahala River, and the Ocoee River is nearby, and the French Broad. And you can kayak on the Arkansas and Colorado. There's some whitewater in Arkansas, just all over the place. I went whitewater kayaking. So why not get the family involved, right? So I have 4 daughters, so I started taking them down one at a time to try to get them into whitewater a little bit. And it actually stuck with my second daughter, actually, Sarah. She is now, she's much better whitewater kayaker than I ever was, and she's also president of the Missouri Whitewater Association. But you know, after doing that for 12 years, I thought, you know, this is fun, but I'm actually looking for something new. What can I do kayaking that's different than whitewater? I mean, look, I can't even see where I'm going. I'm getting all wet. What the heck? What's out there that's, you know, I can do that's kayaking that's not whitewater? And swamp yaking, that's it, let's go kayaking in the swamps. So here I am on the Cache River down in southern Illinois, and heck, you can go kayaking with the alligators down in Florida or Louisiana. I mean, there's swamps all over the place. But you know, the problem with swamp yaking is that everything looks the same. You can't find your way back to your car because, you know, so what about sea kayaking? Sea kayaking, yeah, that's the trip. Let's learn how to sea kayak. So I decided that this is what I wanted to do next, and you can sea kayak on the Mississippi River and the Missouri River and the Illinois River and the Great Lakes, and even out in the ocean. I've kayaked out in the Atlantic and also in the Indian Ocean. And first you got to take some training. So here I am in the training class, learning how to kayak on big rivers with instructor Tom Burrows and a bunch of students. So we learned that, gosh, you know, the boats are different, and the gear is different, and the paddling strokes are different, and there's special rescues, and all these things that you have to learn. But look at the reward when you learn how to sea kayak. You can get out on the Mississippi River and kayak and see all the bluffs and everything. And you know, it's just the serenity of being out there in nature, and kayaking on big rivers is definitely worth it. So I would recommend sea kayaking to everyone. It's a lot of fun. So, you know, after being taught myself how to sea kayak and all the gear and the navigation and everything that's involved, I became an instructor, and now, you know, I'm teaching people how to sea kayak, and it just kind of compounds itself and goes from there. So, you know, I learned and I taught other people, and now, you know, maybe they're teaching other people. So, and just like whitewater, you can go kayaking, you know, all over the country. There's different places you can go kayaking. Here we are with my wife on the Lake Superior, kayaking in the Apostle Islands, where we spent 4 days and 3 nights living out of our kayak on Lake Superior. And so, you know, why not start a race? So, you know, I'm the race director or the firecracker race. Who knows the firecracker race? Yeah, there you go. So there's firecracker race. It's a 15-mile race on the Mississippi River from Grafton to Alton. So we had 88 racers out there last year, and we've been doing it for about 10 years. And then we also invite the public to come out and kayak at Gross Park. in Maryville, Illinois. Why not get the families involved? So we've been doing this for about 13 years, and some years we get about 250 people in the community there to come out and kayak on a small lake in Maryville, Illinois, and that's a lot of fun. But my favorite place to kayak is the Buffalo River in Arkansas, in northwest Arkansas. Man, it is just gorgeous out there. It's only 6 hours away. It's a great place to go kayaking. So it's like kayaking in a canyon. It's so pretty with the tall bluffs and everything. I just love going out there. So next slide. And you can take all your friends with you. So I've been going kayaking on the Buffalo River for 17 years now, and I've taken a lot of family and friends out there, and kayaking from Ponca to Kyle's Landing down to Pruitt, and there's a little bit of whitewater in there too, so I get that little bit of feel of that whitewater back when I'm out there. But then I learned about this group of Team River Runner that takes disabled veterans out kayaking in different places. And Arkansas is one of the places they go, and so I joined up with them and became a river guide, and took them out on the Buffalo River. Here's Dennis Walters here, he's a paraplegic, and took these guys out and showed them a good time on the river. But I still take my family and friends out to the Buffalo River. Here is some of my daughters, Christina, Rachel, Sarah, and my wife, and me, and as long as you don't tell them that it's extremely dangerous and flood stage, then just go wherever you want to go and figure you know what you're doing. So but the hiking on the Buffalo River is really exceptional too. And so when I learned that, I thought, well, heck, let's do some hiking there besides boating. And so this is Heaton Hollow. It's a 210-foot waterfall, about a 45-minute hike from the river to Heaton Hollow, and pretty neat sight to see. And then here's the goat trail. Who's been on the goat trail on the Buffalo River? So this is a 500-foot bluff right on the river, the largest bluff in the Midwest. And it takes about 2 miles to hike down there. And on this 500-foot bluff, there's a ledge that goes along, and you can look down and see the river valley below. So it's a great place to go. And then here is another place that I went to on the Buffalo River, Thunder Canyon. And but the Park Service doesn't have a trail map or anything like that, because it's you kind of have to do a lot of bushwhacking when you get there and use the GPS, but it's well worth the hike out there. So thanks for listening to me and all my paddling adventures.